the truth, the whole truth, but nothing but the truth, I do.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Princess Cinderella.
I'll just call you Cindy for now if that's okay with you, because I know how much you dislike the title of Cinderella. What was your early childhood like, Cindy?
It was nice when my mother was alive. After she died, my father felt that I needed a female role model. So he married my rotten, wicked step. What? Let's have order in this court. It's Cinderella's testimony. There will be time for another point of view. I object to that description of my...
Go ahead, Cindy.
As I was saying, things changed when Father married my mean stepmother. She always hated me, but couldn't really do anything while Daddy was alive. Then Father died and left me all alone in that house that is with my stepmother and those ugly stepsisters. What? I won't have that kind of outburst in my courtroom. Now cut it out, all of you. Your Honor. I said it's her testimony. Miss Preservator, wrong or right? Go on, Mrs. Prince. While I was still a minor child, Father passed on, and my cruel stepmother gained control of the money. She immediately began selling off the estate to pay for her and my stepsisters' clothes and finery. They made me do all their work while they lazily slept and ate, tried to look pretty, and painted the worst pictures you can imagine. It was very hard on my hands and my eyes.
Cindy, how were you treated during this? Cindy, how did you get your name?
Besides doing all that dirty work around the house, I had to wash the dishes, clean the floors. Afterwards, I'd be so tired, I'd just sit there. Soot and ashes, the cinders would get all over me. Several nights I fell asleep right there from sheer tiredness. I did. So my nasty step family began calling me after the Cinderella.
What other kinds of work were you required to do, Cindy?
I had to do all the work. I cleaned the floors, washed the dishes, pressed the clothes. I had to get up very early each day, and I went to sleep long after the rest of the family went to sleep.
Cindy, how were you treated during this time?
They treated me like dirt. They tried to they called me other bad names. Made fun of me all the time. They said I was ugly. Can you imagine that looking at them? What? They even tried to prevent me from going to the Prince's Big Ball, the social event of the season, by making sure I had no dress to wear. However, I managed to get there anyway, in spite their dishonest plan.
Cindy, how much money did you make in wages? Cindy, how much money did you make for all this work you did in wages?
They gave me a excerpt, 0 nada, the big goose egg. They said I was They wasted my father's estate to pay for their clothes and finally, I should be paid adequate for my labor and years of service.
Your witness, counselor.
You say you were a family member of Mrs. Gray.
Yes.
And what you were doing was simply household chores. Is that correct? I mean, work required and everything.
Yes.
Do you know of anyone in any family who gets paid for the cleaning and sweeping required in a normal home? Some get allowances. But you never heard of anyone in any family who gets paid for the work they do around the house.
Well, no, but
And your father or mother, before they died, never paid you for the work you did around the house.
no.
Your stepmother, your stepsisters, or even your mother and father were not paid for the chores they did around the house, were they?
No.
You were
never physically abused by your stepmother, Lady Tremaine.
No.
No, it was more settled than that. She never hit you or physically forced you to do the work, did she?
No.
In fact, she just suggested that you do some of the work and you didn't. Is that correct? Because you are such a clean, nice person and you didn't want to cause trouble.
I wouldn't put it exactly like that.
You received food, clothing, and shelter throughout your life, didn't you?
Yes. Yes, but there's more to life.
I see. Do you pay your servants?
I object, Your Honor. What does the amount paid by the king and queen is not irrelevant. Allegedly owed to the plaintiff to my.
I object again. Go ahead. Again.
I object, Your Honor.
The amount paid
The amount paid by the
to Royal Household
to Royal Household is not relevant.
is not relevant
Is not relevant
to any money owed.
to any money owed to my client.
Allegedly owed to your client, I'm going to allow this witness to answer the question. On the issue of normal wage amounts for this type of work, go ahead.
We don't pay our servants with money. They are given a parcel of land to farm outside the castle walls. They work on it after they finish the king's work. The Tremaines have nothing in land.
Isn't it a fact that you, Cinderella, talked to a ghost you call fairy godmother?
Why, yes, doesn't everyone?
Objection.
Objection, objection.
No more questions. Anything else, Miss Bonanza?
No, Your Honor.
You may step down. I think you may step down, Cinderella. I think we have enough case to hear from the plaintiff, defendant. Call your witness, Miss Preservator. I call Lady Tremaine.